We start tonight with that breaking news from South Alabama. Good evening, everyone. I'm Valerie Lawson.
I'm Mark Bullock. Thanks for joining us. Authorities right now are talking to that man who they say shot a Dale County school bus driver earlier today.
It happened on board the bus on Highway 231 in Midland City. Witnesses tell WSFA 12 News the man boarded the bus, shot the driver several times, and grabbed a 5-year-old passenger who is now being held hostage. The Dale County Sheriff has confirmed the bus driver has died.
And tonight, the alleged shooter in an underground bunker is reportedly negotiating with a SWAT team via a PVC pipe. WSFA 12 News reporter Hannah Lane has been on the scene all evening. Hannah, it's almost too bizarre to believe. What else do we know about what's going on there tonight?
Well, Mark, we were able to just now speak with Dale County Sheriff Wally Olson, and he says this is a delicate situation, that this is very difficult right now, and that this is a hostage situation. But he does tell us that the 5-year-old boy is okay right now, so that is good news for us to hear, that the 5-year-old is still okay. He says that the hostage situation is undergoing right now. So, but there's still a lot that of questions that have been remain unanswered, but we have been able to speak with some witnesses. I even am standing here with Mike Hill, who actually was on the scene shortly after it happened. And Mike, what can you tell us about the situation?
Well, it appears that my neighbor got on the school bus shortly after it stopped and let off a couple of kids. Got on the school bus and demanded two children. He was only able to get a hold of one, and then I believe he shot the bus driver 3 times and then retreated back on his land and is now hidden in his homemade bomb shelter.
So you actually were able to speak with some students that were on the bus. What did they tell you? They
said that a lot of them were just very terrified. I believe the one child that he got a hold of actually fainted, and that's the reason why he was able to grab him.
Now, tell us, you actually chased after him, is that correct?
Yes, I ran into his yard. I didn't realize that it was actually him at the time. I ran right past his house and in between the house and the underground bomb shelter that he's in, and ran to the edge of the field. I thought it could be a stranger that grabbed a child and was running across the field. And by that time I found out it was him, I was already out of his yard and police were showing up.
And you said that he's been building this underground shelter for quite some time, is that correct?
Yes, he moved in about a little more than 2 years ago, and that was one of the first things he started building.
All right, thank you, Mike. And of course, this situation continues to unfold right now. We'll keep you updated. Of course, this is a lot of talk. A lot of people are talking about this. It's affected a lot of people. And Sam, you actually were able to speak with some residents here to hear what they had to say. What can you tell us?
Well, a lot of people talking about this. They heard about it through word of mouth during the media report. So this is definitely the talk, not only this part of Dale County, but even up in Ozark. And we were able to speak with some people earlier this evening, actually, about their reactions. And we spoke to one girl who said she knew the bus driver in question.
The bus driver was my teacher's husband, and I feel bad for her, and that I think that people shouldn't be doing this to that little kid.
Really, it's just so disheartening because you think, things like this will be under control. You think that your children will be safe on a school bus or, at a school, but it's just really sad.
And people are definitely concerned about that 5-year-old child who is still being held at this point. Good news, as Hannah mentioned, the sheriff telling us that they believe the child is still okay at this point, but it is still a very tense, very delicate situation. The sheriff actually cutting that news conference short to run back across the street to take charge of this situation once again. Of course, we'll be here throughout WSFA 12 News at 10 and throughout the night until this comes to some sort of resolution, guys.
Hey, Sam, I want to ask you a quick question about some of the residents who are living in the area. Have they been evacuated while authorities work the scene?
The sheriff tells us some of those residents were evacuated, not everyone, but they did go door to door in that area, telling the neighbors what was going on, giving them proper information. But the sheriff very quickly said, yes, some people have been evacuated until this is resolved.
All right, Samuel King reporting live from Midland City. As you can see behind him there, Highway 231 has since reopened, and the best news I think we got out of that live report tonight is that that 5-year-old child is okay. Of course, we can also confirm tonight that 3 school systems in that area will be closed tomorrow as a result of this incident.
Dale City, Ozark City, and Dale County schools have announced all of tomorrow's classes have been canceled.
And as Sam mentioned, WSFA 12 News will stay on the scene overnight to bring you updates in this newscast and online. So stay close to WSFA.com and our Facebook and Twitter pages. And our live reports will continue tomorrow morning beginning at 4:30 on Today in Alabama.